Hello everyone and welcome back to Bacon. Also welcome back to Cinderella Phenomenon. We're continuing on with Rod's route. Oh, that's correct. I need to actually go back. Whoopsie doodles. I forgot I have to redo this decision because I was informed it was in fact the wrong decision. So, which I kind of get what they were saying. This wasn't done in the comment section. This was done outside of the video. And when I was told, hey, so that was the wrong decision and you got to go back. And I was like, well, darn it. Why? It doesn't seem like it would be the wrong decision. And they explain it kind of as you don't want her writing when she's angry because then she might say things that she regrets. And I was like, really now? Okay. So that was the indication, the hint that I got. So, ta-da! I do not think writing him right now would be wise, especially when I am likely to write something I may regret. Literally what my friend told me. I will send him a letter once my anger has cooled. That's probably for the best, actually. That's actually good rationalization. I will say that. That's good rationalizing. I should probably never send texts or emails or anything when I'm angry, and I typically try not to. Because I know I'll regret it later, because sometimes I can be a lot more harsh than I mean to, which I learned the hard way. I glance at the clock, realizing it is almost time for my magic lesson with Waltz. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and fast forward. Princess! Anise greets me first when I step into the march-in. Hello, Anise. It's been a while. It's been weeks. Please make yourself at home while I prepare the march-in's special hot chocolate. I want to try some of the march-in's special hot chocolate. I look through the doorway into the notably empty tavern area and raise an eyebrow. Had to make sure I said notably right. Do you not have any customers today? We closed early today for a restock. I see. A little pout face, that's adorable. And he smiles again before disappearing into the kitchen. Why can't some of these girls and ladies be dateable? Why can't they be love interest? I mean, she's the bearer and the queen. Who's gonna stop her from dating a woman? They can try. I take a seat at the settee. Walt sits across from me. I look around and realize how quiet the march-in is. Even though it has been 2 years since I left this place, I am still not accustomed to seeing it so empty. It is hard to believe this place was crowded before, but now... The march-in is just an ordinary tavern. Anise and Waltz are the only boarders who remained after I started breaking the fairy tale curses. Garland and Jurian have returned to the Order of Caldera, and Chevalier to his clinic. Claude, of course, returned to his own kingdom. Though it feels rather empty now, I am glad to know everyone still visits occasionally. This quiet is still so strange. So much has changed since you broke the fairy tale curses. Not all of them. There are still some people out there who are cursed. Don't worry, they'll keep coming to you as the word spreads. And I mentioned before that Delora and I might be able to help you find a way to drain the curse completely from the Tenebrarum. That would solve the issue entirely. It is at times like this that my thoughts shift to Fritz. I have not seen him for 2 years, not since I became the Tenebrarum bearer. That's right, he disappeared in Rod's. Myth, who is now the fairy's prisoner, confessed to inflicting the fairy tale curse upon him. When we asked him for Fritz's location, he refused, claiming it was too late to reverse the curse. Well, is Var gonna come back in this as an antagonist, maybe? Even now, we have no idea of Fritz's whereabouts. I hope he's okay. Are you thinking about Sir Fitzgerald? How dare you read my mind, sir? I look up in surprise. How did you know? You've been worrying about him ever since he found out he was cursed. Can you blame me? He's a baby cinnamon roll. Right now, all we can do is have faith he'll return one day. And maybe, if we can expel the curse from the crystal entirely, he'll come back without the curse. That truly would be the best case scenario. The room is briefly silent before I look up at Waltz, curious. I almost said Kurt's Waltz-rurious. What about you, Waltz? What are your plans for the future? Well, I've only ever wanted one thing. Now that it's happened, I'll have to think of something else. Oh? It's not important. Just some happiness for a friend. Oh, I am skeptically. Is there nothing else? Something for you? Right now, I'm happy just focusing on my students. There's a twinkle in Waltz's eyes when he mentions them, and I cannot help but smile. Waltz has been teaching young witches how to use their magic for about a year now. Apparently, he is very good with children, which makes him an excellent tutor. I am glad I am no longer his only student. I'm grateful later parfait kept the march-in open. It's a great place to teach. I can imagine. Speaking of parfait, how is her training with Cinna? I have only met Cinna once, and that was when Rod made his wish. I do not know much about him, save for the fact that he is Parfait's cousin and next in line to be the bearer of the Crystal Lucis. I have only met him once, but can tell he has... I was gonna say issues. A strong personality. That's the nice way to put it. Cinna is very talented, but he can be difficult. That sounds like him. Right, but if anyone can smooth down frayed edges, it's Parfait. Uh-huh. Anis returns with 3 mugs of hot chocolate. We spend some time catching up. Later, after I have drained my mug, I excuse myself to head back to the palace. Unfortunately, because it is late, I do not have the chance to see either Parfait or Delora. But there is always next time. I say my goodbyes to Anis before heading back to the palace with Waltz as my escort. Later, after Waltz leaves, I am walking toward my room when a maid appears before me. She bows. Good evening, Your Highness. His Majesty has asked for you in the throne room. I like your hair. Father, what could he want from me at this hour? I will be there shortly. You got pretty hair. The maid bows again before walking away. I like the color sky blue. It's not my favorite color, but it is one of my favorite colors. It's like in my top 10. Father is standing in front of the window when I arrive, his gaze far away. You asked for me, Father? Ah, there you are. He gestures for me to stand beside him, then turns his attention back to the window. I follow his gaze to a spectacularly beautiful full moon. Beautiful night, is it not? There might be werewolves out. I like werewolves. Indeed. Father, why have you called for me? Lucette. Why is he all angry now? His change in tone is concerning, and I am tense when he turns toward me. I've called you here to discuss a special ball I would like to throw you next month. It does not take long for familiar irritations to start burning in my heart. Would this be the suitor's ball by any chance? Yet another ball meant to pressure me into finding a husband, even though he knows about your relationship with Rod? Well, you're well past the traditional marrying age for royalty, but you know the reason why I'm unmarried. I ball my hands into tight fists. I refuse to have this ball, and nothing you do or say will change my mind. Father sighs and rubs his temples. Did you pass this by your wife at any point so that she could have told you you're being an idiot? Because she probably would have told you you're being an idiot. Just saying. In here I thought I could surprise you. Surprise me. If that is your goal, then this is the most unpleasant surprise. It wouldn't be so unpleasant if you would just let him finish what he has to say. Oh, the voice comes from behind me. It is a voice I have not heard in months. Is it who I think it is? I turn and stare at the man approaching us. He wears a familiar, endearing scowl. I run to him without thinking, throw my arms around his neck. Aww. Aww. I let out a breathless laugh when he sets his hands on the small of my back. Hello, Lucette. I cling to him tightly, hardly believing that he is here, but I can feel his breath against my neck when he speaks, and I know for certain it is no dream! Cute! I'm back. I'm sorry for making you wait for so long. I bury my face to his chest, relishing in his warmth. I can feel tears welling in my eyes, and in my happiness, I do not even bother to brush them away. For the first time in months, I feel buoyant. It has been so long since I embraced him. Eventually, I pull myself away and try to compose myself, but I cannot wipe the smile from my face. What are you doing here? Why did you not tell me you were coming? I turn to Father. What is going on? You remember that letter you gave me a few days ago? He told me to expect him on this date, but not to tell you because he wanted it to be a surprise. So it's probably a good thing you don't send the letter when angry. Thank you, broski, for giving me the advice. And the ball? Father laughs. It will be a celebratory night, not a suitor's ball. Because of your hard work as the Tenebrarum bearer, this kingdom has known peace for the first time in a long time, Lucette. It is only natural we show our appreciation. I misunderstood. Father, I apologize for jumping to conclusions. But it was still something that was indicated as having been brought up several times before. Was that before he knew about Hair and Rod, or was that after? Because I have a feeling it was probably after, but it could have been before. They didn't say when it was. But it was enough to annoy her into assuming that's what he was talking about. And it's been well past the time when it was indicated that they've known about the relationship. So, was he still trying to push her into other suitors? Or was it just before he knew? I wouldn't put it past him to be pushing her to other suitors, to be honest. Father waves a dismissive hand. There is no need for apologies. Now I shall leave you two alone. I can imagine you have a lot of catching up to do. He smiles at us before taking his leave. When we are finally alone, I turn to Rod with a scowl. Why do you have that look on your face? Why do you have that look on your face? Seems like it's freaking natural. Let me guess, you're mad because I made you wait so long. Okay, I imagine we don't want to actually be mad. Of course I'm mad. But I don't know if we're supposed to lie and say no or not say anything at all. I have a feeling it's probably one of these two. Oh no! Ugh. But if we don't say anything at all, that's bad. But if we lie, that's bad. But if we tell the truth, it's bad. I don't know. Okay, let's see. I don't think saying that would be correct. I don't think saying that would be correct. Because I feel like that's lying and that one's being mad about something that was... I don't know how I would feel about this kind of surprise, to be absolutely honest myself. I'd probably... When I would find out that it was just a surprise, I probably wouldn't be that mad about it afterwards because I can understand, you know, why they wanted it to be a surprise, but it's also been 2 months and I really, really miss this person. So I'm not 100% sure what my reaction would be. So I'm going to go with this because this seems like the safest option and we can go back if it turns out not to be. Lucette, I do not want to snap at him, not when he has just returned. Rod takes another step forward and I'm just about to tell him off when I feel his arms around me. She's going to tell him off anyway. I know you're mad I had to leave for so long again. And for that I apologize. I close my eyes and sigh. My irritation dissipates slowly as I soak in Rod's warmth. How is it that he's able to cool my anger so quickly? I step away from him, putting enough distance between the two of us that I can see his face. Aha! And oh hello! That's a face! How you doing? Rod runs a hand through my hair and smiles, and I might use this as my thumbnail. That's a very nice face. So much for making this a surprise. I would have preferred you notifying me. Same, bro, same! I should have realized. Yes, you should have! But then again, you tend to do things your own way no matter what, no matter what! I do like surprises. They just have to be the right kind. Rod sighs. I'll have to do better next time then. A soft but comfortable silence ensues after he makes his promise. I take advantage of the moment to study him. It's only been 2 months, yet it feels like he has changed so much since I last saw him. Stop staring at me like that! Oh, it's cute! Rod turns away, his cheeks dusted pink. But he is still the same awkward Rod. I pause, realizing a certain plush toy is conspicuously missing from his shoulder. Where's Sebi? He's back in my room. You know how much he babbles. I didn't want him to ruin our reunion. AKA, you didn't want him spilling all your secrets. At least he can't read your thoughts anymore. That doesn't stop him from trying to do it anyway, and he succeeds most of the time. The pout! Oh, it's cute. Rod hefts a hand onto his hip. How have you been faring lately? I've been well, all things considered. And the nightmares? Ever since I became the Cinderella bearer, my nightmares have become more intense. It is an unfortunate side effect of the negativity gathered in the crystalline. The nightmares are worse whenever I am under a high level of stress. Like my boyfriend being in another kingdom! My nightmares have intensified these past few months on account of my worry for Rod. See? But he just came back. I do not want to worry him about such things. Rod frowns when I do not answer. They're getting worse, aren't they? He knows anyway. They are, but they're manageable. Rod closes the distance between us and wraps me in his arms. I'm sorry. I know it's my fault. You are not to blame for this. I am the tenant brand bearer. Having nightmares is just an unfortunate side effect of the job. I made them worse. That I cannot deny. Nor will I. Haha. I gently push Rod back so that I can look at him. That is what you need to make it up to me. I'll do my best. He says the words with such a serious expression that I cannot help but giggle. Why are you laughing at me? I missed your glower. Rod sighs and shakes his head. Do you have to point out every time my face changes? Yes! If it embarrasses you, then yes! Haha! Oh, this is such a calming time for me. He clears his throat. Anyway, I will make it up to you. How about we go somewhere together soon to help you relax? I stare at him. The two of us in public? My heart flutters at the thought. We have been hiding our relationship for so long that we have been unable to go anywhere together in public. So long as we're discreet, I think we can make it work. Where would you want to go? I already know where they're gonna go. I already know where they're gonna go, but I'm gonna actually stop things right here. Thank you guys so much for joining me. I am Bacon, and this is Cinderella Phenomenon, Evermore, Rod's Route. I am just... This is such a balm for my soul right now. If you like the video, feel free to like the video. If you like me, feel free to subscribe, like, share, comment, all that lovely stuff, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye!